Welcome to the SaaS Factor.
I think one of the other things that we have seen recently in the data that we're looking at for our clients is to that comfortability for the anonymous side is people are reaching out a lot about mental health assistance. That's something that's been talked about so much over the last few years. We all know it, but it's not yet comfortable for many people to ask for that assistance from their HR. You don't want to maybe walk in asking about it, like, hey, I have a friend who was asking for. And so when they can go direct to a person and ask those questions that they're not working with, they're not in those meetings, is not their manager, whoever, we're seeing a big uptick in that as well. And I think that's wonderful because we all know how important it is to take care of the mental health as well as all of the other pieces of your health.
Mental health leads to whole body health because our brains are in control of so much of what we do in our bodies, right? And so I think that if we can stay on top of our mental health, our physical health, just everything across the board, have that work-life balance and be able to use these wonderful benefits that are being provided out there and then being able to navigate them properly, we're going to have a much healthier workforce. And with a healthier workforce, comes a better economy, more people in there getting those jobs done and not having to call in sick because they're getting their preventative health taken care of ahead of time. And they're using their $0 benefits and they're using their navigation platforms and just that all encompassing benefits package.
So having that tool where it is at their fingertips, it's through their phone, that tech touch, but still having that privacy, I think is so important to make sure that people really engage with all levels of their benefits.
The benefits world's evolving, everything's evolving. You're not just getting your standard PPO plan anymore. There's reference-based pricing. There's all these different things that are becoming available because, benefits are convoluted and they are expensive. And we want to respect and really remind ourselves that the most employers that we're working for, they're paying a pretty penny for us to have our benefits.
And it's kind of two-pronged, right? And so it's expensive for an employee or a plan member also, that out-of-pocket expense that comes out of their check every month. So it's like, hey, we're spending all this money on it. Where can this bring me the most value? And so just understanding, how do I stay ahead of my health through that preventative care? What sort of point solutions are in place that could be $0 out of pocket, right? Instead of just kind of going where my neighbor's telling me to go for a surgery, what are my other options? Who can help me understand this? Even spouses on the plan who may not be comfortable going to an HR and benefits team, it's nice just to have care navigators to communicate with 24/7 to ask those questions, or maybe dependents that are in college, at university in a different state, rather than going to the ER for something that could be managed over a telemedicine visit, having a team supporting them 24/7 when maybe they feel uncomfortable going to their parents and asking those questions. And so there's just so many pieces to the puzzle.
Having a platform that navigates members through this complex world is vital. And so it's not just a want to have, it's a need to have.
So, speaking of mental health and overall health, we know that one way you take care of yourself, Christy, is by traveling. So, tell us what you must have. What's a must have when you're traveling, and what's one of your most favorite vacations you've taken?
So, a must have when I'm traveling would probably be a good set of AirPods. Because as we all know, planes are very loud. Children are very loud. I have a baby of my own, and when she starts crying, I automatically start looking around, making sure that everyone's okay with her loud crying. But I think AirPods are probably my number one traveling choice. As far as where, my favorite travel location, it'd probably be somewhere in Spain. I love Palma de Mallorca. We fell in love with that location when we were on our honeymoon, and it was just a one stop on a cruise that we were on, and we ended up going back. And, I think that place will always hold a special place in our heart. I do want to learn some more Spanish. so that when I go back, I could learn a little bit from Sarah, but I would love to be able to go back and be able to, speak in Spanish in a Spanish speaking country. So I think that's one of the goals I have for 2025.
Su acento está muy bueno, Christy.
I think you take Sarah for your Spanish speaking and me just for company and good time.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Thanks for joining us on the SaaS Factor, and we'll see everyone soon. Have a good day.